Alright, so part 2 of Manga and Anime. Now last time I stopped at just showing you the manga and anime have moved into producing Bibles, alright? Producing Bibles. So Tyndale and Next Manga Books, they produced it. There's a Siku Manga Bible, there's Christian comic strips as well. Now very quickly, just to show you this, the reason why I am showing you this is so that the Christian know that now these things have merged and crossed over to the religious realm, specifically the Christian realm. Should we use them? Now, so look at these drawings. Now the aim for them is to present the gospel in a popular medium. Now to them they say if people like to read this, they like this kind of drawings, then let's use it. And it's good evangelism. All right? And they said we must contextualize the expression of the gospel. So to them, people are not interested in reading the Bible. Teens are not. Teens love to read this. And, they live in a world they have their own context. And we must cater to them. Then they will begin to read. Now, this series contextualizes the gospel for Japan. So they will change the story to make it more related to the Japanese way of thinking and acceptance of things, all right? So is that right? We cannot change the gospel. We cannot try to contextualize in the perspective of include some of their culture, which are anti-biblical, into the gospel. Now, so, for example, look at these drawings, contextualized, because the drawings are what they like, what they're used to. Now, please think about this. These are representations of Bible characters and Jesus Christ, right? This is the manga Messiah. Do you think Jesus Christ looked like that? Absolutely not. The Bible says it's a shame unto men to have long hair. And then look at the disciples, right? This kind of very eerie drawings. All right, so you have Moses and so on. So people say, well, they like this kind of cartoon. And now at the end of the day, they are not interested in the gospel. It's another thing to read. And it's religious, that's all. So they produce fast-paced, ever-changing, fast-paced storytelling, contextualized, make sure they include their culture. Very important for you to note. Now, they want to capture the attention of the teens and the tweens. So your children don't like to read, give them this kind of drawings, this kind of comics. As long as they read the Bible, so to speak, I should be happy. Now, that's a wrong thinking. Okay, so they donate them, and they say a large number of people are reached. Reached with what? Reached with the false gospel. Reached with the false idea of Christianity. This is even worse. All right? So that is their concept of Christianity. So it is not something that Christian parents should even think of giving your children. Now, and furthermore, it's all about drawings. You show me words, I'm not interested. Right? That's the warning to parents. Now, so they want to reach children, the underlying part, right? They want to reach children who might resist traditional Bible translation and never attend a church. Remember, we always say, what you reach them with, you win them too. What you reach them with, you win them too. You reach them with this is what you win them too. This is what they want in life. It's no difference from introducing pop, rock, sentimental pop music into the church. You reach them with this because they don't like traditional hymns. You reach them with this, that is what they want. Then you have a false church. People come for the music. That's all. Okay, so every series, they have a manga series, all right, covering the 4 Gospels. Now, these are some of the drawings. So they try to depict, instead of words, they interpret for you, they depict for you, and this is Jesus, all right? This is Jesus Christ in the middle. This is the Christ that they will think, the rock star looking, the gangster looking Jesus. God says our outward dressing reflects our inward person. Jesus Christ did not look like that. All right, so you have the 12 disciples for them and all that. Right? So this is what your children will grow up in. You think when they reach teenage years, they want to read the Bible? No. You have just taught them to read manga. I don't want to read the Bible. I've been introduced to manga through the Bible, so to speak. All right? So it's a very terrible form. Oops, sorry. Now they also have, so at best they are just children's picture Bible. That's all. And look at the drawings. They are unbiblical, they are ungodly, they are carnal, worldly, and demonic, some of the drawings. Definitely not for believers. So look at this. This is Moses. Moses, look at his hair. Can it be more? Absolutely not. A total wrong depiction of Moses. Look, I mean, without looking at the word Bible, I think I'm looking at a gangster comic book, right? It is wrong, all right? So please don't say that as long as the Bible is good. Now, they also have comic strips. So you say, oh, okay, then we have comic strips. So I don't want to read these bad comics. I read Christian comics, right? Of this girl, Puritan, right? Is to do with Puritans, right? That's the word play for them. But still, at the end of the day, it is about reading comics, all right? They are just storylines, but very little biblical principles. Now, so there's nothing good behind it. Please know. They say, this is good, this is good. There's nothing good behind it. Now, the person who is founded by the late Christian social reformer by this name, Kagawa. Now, he is a person that writes for all areas, all denominations, all sects of Christianity, Catholics and Anglicans alike. So how can you produce a sound, even if it's a comic Bible? How can you possibly produce a sound one? You can't. Okay, so now take note of this. I'll show you more. Publisher also sell cards and game cards. Right? The publisher also promotes cosplay in church. You know it's cosplay, right? For parents who don't know, they dress like the manga characters. They go around with exactly how they look, and then and he even promotes these things in cosplays in an actual church. This is what it is, right? So a slice of comedy. Now note this: increasing interest. Now non-Christians, look at this point. Non-Christians' general interest in religion has grown. So you say in Japan, it has grown. Then you say with the popularity of manga, they have grown. Especially the series Saint Onisan, means saint young men. Saint Onisan. You see, he promotes all this. A slice of life comedy in which Jesus Christ and the Buddha, they share a Tokyo apartment. This is what they produce. Jesus Christ and Buddha sharing an apartment in Tokyo in the recent boom of... And then now they say because of all this... No, to him, because of all these people are visiting many spiritual spots. They say, oh, maybe this part, Jesus and Buddha was there, or there's some spirits there, same as the Pokemon thing, all right? So now they say a lot of people are very interested in visiting spiritual spots. They go there to find spiritual enlightenment. Now this is what manga, Bible, and these producers are moving Christianity to. It cannot be from God. All right, what's the problem? Lowers psychological barriers. So you say, we must lower the psychological barriers. Just give them whatever. As long as the barrier is down, they read something Christian. So parents, please be clear about this. Nothing good behind it. He keeps saying it's good, it's good. Now God says in Romans 3:8, and not rather as we be slanderous reported and some affirm that we say, let us do evil, that good may come, whose damnation is just. God says, you do not use evil. Now all these things come from evil intents, evil drawings. It's like rock music produced for the evil world, to be consumed by the evil world. It's meant to be evil. And then you use evil thing and you bring into church. You say that's good. It's the same principle in manga Bibles and manga Christian literatures. All right? So God says, those who say, let us do evil, that good may come. Their damnation is just. They should be damned. So don't be so foolish to say, we are so extreme. You see, my children don't read. Now at least they're reading. Don't think like that, all right? All right? Now, this part I want to say that, you see, we're covering manga and anime, right? I don't read manga. I don't watch anime. So no worries, all right? Now, remember, it was Disney that inspired the father of manga, all right, to produce Astro Boy. But now, manga, in return, influences even greater even Disney themselves, American cartoons, not just American, China, Korea. Now, my point is this. If you think that you're not reading anime, watching anime and reading manga, you're fine. What are you actually involved in? Because manga is the influence to many other. What are they? Show you. So this is the animation. For example, like Transformers. Right? The Toei Animation collaborated with American studios to produce Transformers. Right? So all these are from anime, Avatar, Last Airbender, and whatever, all this. Now, these are basically Avatar is one of the most successful American anime. See, I'm not watching anime. You watch Avatar, that is anime. So don't think that anime means that. It is now in all sorts of cartoons. So, manga cartoons now, besides Japan and the US, where has it spread to? Manhwa. Japanese, because of the Japanese occupation of Korea, the Japanese soldiers brought in their culture, and then in Korea is manhwa. So you say, I don't watch anime, not manga. Are you reading some of this manhwa? All right, it's just not called anime, but they're manga, they say manhwa. In China, comics from China, Taiwan, and Hong Kong, manhwa, different spelling, all right? Said to have started in the early 20th century. So it's the same. This is basically the offshoot of anime and manga. So teens, if you are reading and playing some other things, watching some other things, please know that it's the same as manga and anime. So these are very, very huge. Very huge in China, very huge in Japan. In Korea, please don't think, and in the US, don't think that it's just a Japanese thing. No longer. The influence have spread far and wide. The leaven has gone far and wide. Now, China cartoons and manga influences. So now I'm going beyond manga, because now it goes to manhwa. I try to look what are the most popular China video games. You say, well, I'm not watching anime. But it's from manga, anime, from manga, the manhwa. Now, what is shown, these are the most popular. All right, I show you unpopular, no use, right? So your school people will probably talk about this. Genshin Impact in 2020. Fantasy of an open world, action-based battle system heavily inspired by what? Japan and Nintendo. All right, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Conqueror's Blade, another one. Right? Online battle, online games. Parents, you go and watch what your children are playing with. No, not anime. Don't worry, Daddy, not anime. Manhwa. All right? So, now, let's hunt monsters. China, let's hunt monsters. Not manga, right? Wrong. It's a clone, it's an exact replica of Pokemon. Same thing, same concepts in there. Mythology, demons, and so on. So just don't think that my kid or I am not involved in anime and manga, I'm safe. No, you are in it. Now, actually, I didn't know this, until I did all this research. When I was a kid in primary school, my mom, whenever she goes to market, she asks me, what do you want to buy? I said, buy me that comic. So I was following a series of comics, action kung fu comics, from China, all right? From China, but the drawings were exactly same as the manga. It's basically manhwa, that's all. Okay? I didn't ask for chocolates, I didn't ask for sweets. I asked for that magazine. Ask them whether the next series had come out yet. That is what it is. I was in manga. Just that it was manhwa. Anyone's name manhwa? I had a friend called Manhwa. Right? Now, the thing is this, it's easily accessible. I don't even know whether I want to show you this, but probably all you kids already know. It's easily accessible. It's free online. Okay? Parents, your child don't have to say, Dad, are you going to the market? Can you buy? Don't have to. Dad, when can I power up my laptop? That's all you need. Immediate access, free. Lots of it in there. Don't be tempted to go there, all right? What I'm telling you, parents, is you better watch what your children are into. Don't think this innocent. Manga, are you watching manga? Watching anime? No. Right? It's okay, carry on. Not true, all right? So please know that. Now, people can go there and draw whatever they want and your child watches it. Can be very pornographic and all that. Is that webtoon? Manga? No, not manga. That is cartoon. Okay? Now, manga and anime's popularity. So, now you know, I covered some of this already. Now, collection of cards, games, and all that is very popular. Pokemon trading cards. A kid asks, can I trade Pokemon cards? I don't watch. Should I trade these cards? Let me ask you. They are reflections of demons. Just cute demons, that's all. You think Satan wants you to see a scary demon now? Just cute demons. You trade it long enough, you grow up, you will want the hardcore, devilish drawings. All right, so no, you should not be trading and handling these kind of things. They are just demonic. Now, you may say, yeah, come on, it's just comics, it's just comics. Now, should Christians be concerned about manga and anime and today's cartoons? Do you know how major it is? You think it's just a cartoon? Now, in the Olympics, the ambassadors of the Olympics, they actually, because it's in Japan, right? Now, these people were so excited, you know. They actually say, we want to model after all these anime characters. Come on, these are fully grown athletes. These are best of the best athletes in the world. But you know what occupies their mind? What possesses their thinking and their heart? Is manga and anime. Do you know it is not just cartoon? It is almost something that grips people's lives. Right? So sprinter Noah Lyles, now he pondered, he said, I want to perform one of Goku's signature moves, the spirit bomb, before he start the race. You know, last time people also action. He wants to do all that kind of thing. It's something that, you know, it's almost like an inspiration. No, it is an inspiration. Middle distance runner, Isaiah Jewett. Now he credited Naruto for helping him qualify for Olympics. Can you imagine that? I wonder how his coach feels. Japanese tennis star Naomi Osaka is also an anime fan. So these are in the life of fully grown adults who are in very serious activities. Okay, so why is it so common? Because of streaming services. Streaming services. That's why parents, you have to make sure your children's computers are always facing out. You can see it. Their handphones, when they spend time, you can see it. Because it's easily available. It is so popular because of that. It's in everybody's mind. All right, and you will introduce it. I hope none of you are introducing it to your kids. Okay, so now, Crunchyroll needed a decade to reach 1 million subscribers. But in 5 years, Crunchyroll has added more than 3 million users. We aim to create an experience for anime fans to come together and share the love for storytelling and emotion that we know these shows can bring. Very important thing for you to note. These people who create these sites to gather anime enthusiasts, they understand is the share the love of storytelling and emotion that we know these shows can bring. Parents, those of you who used to be stuck in Hong Kong serials, Korean serials, and whatever serial, Taiwan serials, those of you who were addicted to that, you know it was because of the stories, the storyline. What's going to happen next? The storyline. And you say, I'm done with this after I got saved. Do you know that this is the world for your children? Only that it is more easily accessible to them, more and worse and worse. So we had to wait till maybe our parents rent it, then we get to watch it, right? You had to have money to rent all these videos, to watch what Shanghai, whatever, all those kind of things. But for them, a click, free, immediately, any kind of story into their mind, created by other people. Free. They don't have to wait for you to rent, for them to watch. So understand this power. Now, young ones, actually it's interesting. I was asking some people, I said, why do your classmates like to watch this? See, it's the storyline. It's the storyline. It's always the storyline. Your mind will be engaged in all this storyline. Mundane. Godly means engage in thoughts of God. Storyline, mundane. Fables, oh wise fables, increases unto ungodliness. So you must understand that. Now, parents should be concerned about manga anime. Should you be? Now, I'm going to show you a whole set, a lot of it. I hope I can finish. Of what is in this manga and this anime and these cartoons. What genres, what themes there are. All right? So, young ones, you must know that when you're reading manga, there are themes that they're promoting to you. Adults, you better know, it's not just cartoon. They are very serious. There are themes, themes. There are stories that they want to bring across. There are values they want to bring across to people. There are themes. Now, so, while not every manga cartoon have all these themes, but majority of them are. You may say, no, I pick up my kids' manga, it's just cute things and then nothing bad. But majority of them are bad, all right? Number one, addictions. Serialized cartoons. The aim is always to wait for what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next? So there is an aim to addict you. Young ones, know that. There's an aim to addict you. The adults have experienced that. Now, God says, but I keep my body under and bring it into subjection, lest by any means when I have preached to others, I should be a castaway. Now, Paul says, I bring my body under subjection. Means I never let my body be addicted to anything. Manga's aim is to addict. Whatever theme it is, the aim is to create a series, a storyline that will addict you. You want to be addicted? Now, next one, adult materials. The themes. Adult materials are linked with sexual themes, right? Sinful, dark kind of things. So it's not just plain vanilla flavor. All right, it goes all the way to very pornographic kind of things. Are there? My point is just stepping stone. Do you understand that? Stepping stone. From addiction to the plain vanilla ones is just a stepping stone, because as you grow, they have series for different age. I told you that. You from young is cartoonish. Then it become people. But the people will be quite indecently dressed. They say it's not pornographic. Okay, but the more you look, the more you lust. The more you lust. And then you move to the very adult pornographic kind. Now actually I spoke with a Christian. This Christian was very addicted to all these kind of manhwa, manga kind of computer games from young. All right? That was his problem. And then slowly the person began to say he had problems with pornography. I said, how did it start? Well, all this manga, the drawings and all that. When he was young, he don't care about all this. He just want to play the games. But over time, he began to notice the characters. He began to develop lust. Then he moved into pornography. Next thing I know, I had to counsel him. And this is a teen, this is a young person in university. Next thing I had to counsel him was, he began to visit prostitutes. He began to visit prostitutes at a young age. Do you understand the damage it will do to you? Please don't think this is nothing, these are just cute games for now. They will progress you without a doubt. That is why Paul said, don't let your body be subject under any addiction. Satan only creates it to the next level of badness, evil, wickedness. Now, video games. Now, then you will move from manga and anime, you will move to the next step. You play games, video games, Pokemon Go. Right, the famous one in China, Genshin Impact, seems to be very famous, very popular. I'll show you more after. Now, you see, but some of these games, they are quite innocent. But God still says, all things are lawful to me, but not all things are expedient. You don't play the game, will you die? But you play the game, you can become ungodly. It will change your thinking, your mind. All things are lawful to me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. If we know that Manga's aim is to addict you from childhood all the way to adulthood, I shared that. My Japanese colleagues, they're fully grown old men, senior managers, running major departments. Lunchtime, anime, manga, watching, reading. On the train, the same. The aim is to addict. Please know that. God says, I will not be brought under any power. Do not be involved in it. Violence rating. Now imagine, cartoons now have violent ratings. When we were young, it's about only movies. Violent rating this, or indecency rating this, you cannot go. But now, cartoons. I don't know how they stopped ratings. Last time you say, underage, cannot buy the ticket. Now you can watch it on the internet. So violent ratings for what? But they are rated, right? They are linked to violence, and some of the violence are just very terrible. Very, very terrible. All right? If you haven't read all this and seen all this, your first few times looking at it, I think you will get nightmare after that. You may have nightmares of dreams. But if you're used to it, nothing. Now, easy violence, that's my point. Violence is easily available for you to watch. Last time it's controlled in the theater, whether it's violence or pornography, it's controlled. You can be controlled. But now these parents and young people know it is easily accessible to you. That is the wickedness of Satan, to give you all this, full-blown, free. All right? Now, last time people have to spend a lot of money to set up props and all that, and they act. But now it's just drawing. They can draw anything. They can draw any level of violence and wickedness. Just draw, that's all. How much does it cost to draw compared to making a movie set? All of you are very familiar with this, right? Who is this girl? Actually, I don't really know, but all I know is it's something to do with Squid Game, right? I spoke to some of the young people who said, this is major. Everybody talks about it in school. Squid Game is basically a Korean person. He created, now it's also heavily influenced by manga. He created this series of shows. It is rated as Netflix's most successful series. About poor people, they pick them up from street and get them to kill each other. I mean, come on, you just think, just saying this already sounds so terrible. Get people to kill each other to make money. All right, the one that emerged, I guess, wins the most money, something along that line. It's so popular. Can you imagine Sydney? Here, those of you who follow, is going to Sydney. This doll is going to Sydney. Only if you're vaccinated, then you're allowed to go to that mall to look at this thing. Is it idolatry? Sounds vaguely familiar. Anti-vaxxers, bring in this one. They say, vax me now, right? Squid Game. All right, maybe that's why they brought it into Sydney. I don't know. Now, manga influences. Is violence just nothing? God says, the Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence is so hated. Please know, God hates those that love violence. These people who create all this, they love violence. They spend day and night thinking of how to make this to the next level of violence. There is no holds barred. Understand that. God said, I hate violence. How can you say, I just read this, but it's okay. I don't believe in it. I don't follow. I won't like it. But God simply said, I hate violence. Why do you even allow yourself to look at something? 6 things that God does hate. Hands that shed innocent blood. Heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. That is what it is. The heart devising all kind of wickedness to draw into the mangas, to create into animes, manhwa, everything. Hands that devise to wicked imaginations. Now God says, I hate them. You cannot have this in your life. These are things that God hates. What should you do? I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. Now, if these people devise wicked imaginations through drawings and cartoons, what do? I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. For those of you who ask, well, is it that bad? Just cartoon, right? If I don't believe in it, if I don't accept the wrong things, but God simply says, well, I will set no wicked thing. As long as wickedness in there, I will not let it appear before my eyes. Full stop. That's it. That's your answer. Now, the next thing is the themes in there are often occultish or with religious themes intertwined. You cannot run away from it. Even Pokemon, Naruto and all that, they are themes that are from their culture. Japan, Shinto, Buddhism, they are weaved in there. You may not know what Shintoism is, what Buddhism is. When you read it, you're actually absorbing it. So for example, all right, Naruto, there's a fictional earth, and in there, elemental chakra powers. Some of you will know that. The world is divided into 5 global powers: earth, wind, fire, lightning, and water. Okay? Divided into this. And the countries are ruled by monarchs, protected by warrior class ninjas, okay, who use powers. Okay? I say, just reading this sort of thing. They are occultism. They are linked to religion. Chakras. This or will that refers to energy that centers around your body. So all these are basically religious themes. Where you get power from, not from God. There are some disc in you, some circle of power. All right? This energy which yoga, Reiki, or meditation, they focus on how to open and unblock that chakra. All right? So some of you in physiotherapy, some of you may even ask to learn this kind of thing, how to release that kind of area of energy. All right? Chakra has 5 natures. What are they? And they're derived from Hinduism and Buddhism. Please know that. When you read, it's earth, wind, fire, air, water, lightning, these are God's creation. No, they are actually derived from Buddhism, Hinduism themes. So Buddhist, Taoist, Buddhist tradition controls chakra through hand seals. What are hand seals? Parents, do you know what hand seals? Eugene, do you know what hand seals? You only know the church seal, right? What are hand seals? Ask parents. Alex, do you know what hand seals? Symbols. Now, few years ago, I'm talking years ago, and only now then I know what it is I'm covering. Few years ago when we had Teens Q&A upstairs, when I walked up and all the kids were showing each other. Yeah? So what are they doing? Now, I remember when I was young, I was into all this as well. I just didn't know there were manga, anime, and there were Buddhism, linked with Buddhism and Shintoism. All right? I would ask my friend. I was very into ninjas. All right? Ninjas. So I was asked, then they show me, do this. So, practice. Then, until all the kids were doing, I said, stop doing that. These are all religious signs. I began to know. I said, don't do that. Then I realized this is all linked to what they watch. Why were they doing, everyone was doing it upstairs and teaching one another? Because, now these are the hand seals. Can you see? I cannot enlarge. But you see all the different hand signals? Do you know? All sorts of things. Now, they do all these hand seals. Perform many ninjutsu, genjutsu, other secret arts. They are secret arts, all right? Now, invented by this person, they are designed to aid people in properly summoning and molding chakra necessary to perform a technique. Before they're going to kill someone or what, then they do. Now they have the power. They can release the power. So these are all demonic. It's basically summoning demonic forces. You do all these things. You say, I don't play with Ouija boards. I don't play with all those kind of scary things. When you're doing all this, to them, these are signs to release the demons, to use demonic powers. If you begin to do that at home, you better know what is happening, Right? God says in 10 Commandments, I'm the Lord thy God. I'm a jealous God. Why do you think about the powers of the demons and you want to invoke them and you get engaged by them? Thou shalt not make any graven images to you. All right? Now all these anime and what they are these things, demons. You will make no mention of the name of other gods. Genshin and all that. They are names of gods. God said you don't even mention their names. You play those games, you are mentioning their names in your head. God says, no, constantly God is angry at you. God said, don't even mention their names. They are drawn with all this intent. They are Buddhists, they are Hindus. They draw all these things to teach their faith. God says, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. Don't even talk about their names. Don't even talk about these things. Thou shalt, when you enter the land, thou shalt utterly overthrow them and break down their images. Those of you who have these things at home, God says this, you go home today, not just throw them out, utterly throw them out. Not just burn them, utterly burn them until you cannot recover them. Break down their images. Whatever you have, delete it. Because God says you will not make mention, or I don't even want you to hear you say any of it. Xiao. All right? The word with a devil in there, the Chinese word, the demon. Now this is a he, by the way. It's not a she. It's a he. Look like a she. Feminine, effeminate. This is the drawings today. You know, I was reading China now. They're clamping down on effeminate male look because all the men want to look like the Korean stars, and the Korean stars are all basically like feminine, right? Or neutral gender. So now the men want to look like them, and the government is stepping in. No, you will look like a man, all right? But they are promoting feminine, effeminate men. This is what it is. God says, now, the adepti in Genshin Impact, now it's based on the idea of demigod-like immortals in Taoism. It's from Taoism. Seriously. This is a very popular game from what I understand from people and from the internet. Now, culture, now is the deities, Wu Xian. But basically, like this Wu Xian, right? This like people eating demon-dwelling demons known as Shan Xiao. Shan Xiao. All right? Or Shan Xiao, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's called mountain demon. Mountain demon. And this is the star. This is who people love. The demon. How can a Christian love demons? Now you may say, I don't go to pray to ancestors. I don't play with evil spirits. I don't go and visit mediums and all that. Today, listen carefully. Today, these are what you have is what your parents used to dwell in there. They go to the temple. And then the monkey god and all that. They go to the temple and they see all these very scary looking things. They go to the temple for that. You say, Daddy, Mommy, whoa. But this is different, right? Nice, colorful, on your computer screen. It is no different. Satan has just made it a lot more easily accessible to you. Can you imagine that your friends say, hey, let's go to the temple. Then you go in Japan holidays, and you say, wow, I don't go there. Look at all that. Then you say, look at what's on your laptop. Look at what's on your handphone. It's the same. Demons. All right? So please don't think this is just cartoon. They are promoting themes. Understand that. Anyone of you admire Xiao, the demon? Now, and their themes are very blasphemous. Parents, please be aware. Young people know. Their themes are always very blasphemous, getting worse. So we have this. Death Note. Death Note. Anyone's name found in that book will die. The Bible is book of life. Just now I said, right? Sane young men, right? Jesus and Buddha sharing apartment in Tokyo. Guess which one is Jesus? You already know it is Buddha. The effeminate, gay-looking Jesus. Long hair, crown of thorns with a rose on it. All right? Look at his hair, look at his hand, his behavior. Gay Jesus compromising with Buddha. It's very blasphemous. You cannot possibly like manga and anime. This is the industry. Neon Genesis, all right, so you say this person crucified. Genesis, Evangelion, the Greek word for Evangelion is gospel. So to them, Genesis, gospel. But they show you another theme. So what I'm trying to say is, they are weaving in a lot of Christian things in a very blasphemous way. All right? Christian overtones. This drawing, again about this man, Ellen, looked like a female, right? Holding a lantern with the cross on it. They say, could this Ellen be Christ? They even ask, well, they guess this drawing maybe is Christ. White hair. White hair is sign his curse. A person who purifies corrupted soul and sets them free. Oh, this must be Christ. Your children will grow up accepting these things. Now, can you say that you love Jesus when you read these blasphemous things? You cannot. You cannot. Pokemon, full of Shinto elements. Please know that. Full of Shinto elements. So don't just say, Pokemon's so cute. No, they put in there all the teachings and beliefs of the Shinto faith. Your children are learning all that. Say, nothing, it's just a cartoon, looks so cute. But please know what is infused into there. Okay? Now, over time, you even develop a relationship with all these creatures. I hope none of the parents say, hey, the parents have children say, where's my Pokemon doll? I cannot sleep without my Pokemon doll. I want Pokemon doll next to me. All right? So God says, do not provoke me to anger with the works of your hands. Now here, Satan, the theme also. Their themes are turning Satan into something very ordinary, just the next good guy. So Satan working in, does it look like McDonald's? I don't know. Some fast food, all right? Oh, Satan is a part-time worker. Oh, times are tough, so Satan have to be part-time worker. So cute and adorable and kind and humble looking, like your ordinary hard-working McDonald. No, Satan. So this is Satan. So they draw this is Satan and he has a life in Tokyo. Now, this is the Guoba, the stove god. The stove god. You know, when we were young, maybe some of you Christians say, no, my parents are so silly, believe in the kitchen god. Right? Chinese New Year and all that, I guess certain period, you worship the kitchen god. Say, I'm not so superstitious. But is this your favorite doll now? The stove god? So this is what I'm trying to say. Our parents' time, they have all those kind of idols and demons and gods, so to speak. Manga anime creates the same kind, but in cartoon form. No difference. It's idol to you in cartoon form for your children, for you, teens. So don't look at those people and say, they are so superstitious. It's just another form. The same gods, the same idolatry that God hates. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Same principle in what we learned earlier on. These are not good. These are not sweet, cute. These are infused with all sorts of false religions promoted to you. You must call them bitter, darkness, and evil. Now, quickly, all right, we're out of time. Superman, same, son of Kal-El, son of God. El in Hebrew means God. Superman presented as son of God. Don't take God's name in vain. They keep to keep mixing it. Now it's increasingly so even in American things. All right? Now, so they say light-hearted, like this man. Okay, no religion, no nothing. But it's just a man now, the way of the house husband. They're promoting this. No religion involved, maybe. But it's just a man who stays at home to be a house mother. But God says it's a women that are to be keepers at home, not the men. All right? So they're inverting society, family values as well. You say not evil, no spiritual things, but family values. Yuri on Ice, 2 men. All right? Homosexuality. So these are the themes they promote. You read just, okay, I don't agree with homosexuality, but the storyline, I just like the storyline. You cannot say that. All right? Now, John Ken, I blur out the drawing and make it small. This is the son, John Ken. So even US, now they're adopting their drawings like anime. And the themes, they draw from them as well. So this is Superman's son. This is the new one, you know. Superman's son, the latest. Superman's son is a gay, and he kisses a Japanese reporter. Right? It's all merging. Right? So two of them kissing. I think you lost your appetite for lunch, right? Now, Robin now, the new Robin, bisexual. Batwoman, lesbian. Wonder Woman, queer. All moving there. You cannot run away from it. So you know these verses. Now, fantasy world, cosplay. The people begin to live in a fantasy world. You know, sometimes I see even our children, how come they look so strange? I say, I can't. When they were young, they look different, but now they look different. Then it dawned on me. Some of them are fashioning their hair according to the manga characters. You know, the hair is always pulled in front. The hair like that, cover the front. I said, oh, looks so weird, looks so eerie. I was wondering, what happened to this boy or this girl? Then the hair sticking up. Then when I look at this photo, I know where it comes from. You watch those things, you want to fashion your hair like them. Right, person, you say, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Check what they're watching. It will change you. You will move into a fantasy world. As you walk around, you say, maybe they think I'm Genshin. Maybe they think I'm Pokemon. I don't know, your kid. Maybe I'm Pokemon, right? Now, God says, whatsoever things are true. Think on these things. These are not true. In fact, these are wicked, evil. Refuse, or wise fables. These are fables. All right? Exercise rather unto godliness. Prove all things. All right? There are diverse vanities. All this describe it very well. So, sexualized content, immodesty, pornography. So these are the themes there, right? I'm running out of time. All these are the themes there. You cannot run away from there. And very immodest. Very, very immodest drawings. All right? Dressings. All right? Demons are heroes to admire. Effeminate men. All right? Long hair. So, God says, reminder, I will set no wicked things before my eyes. Can you watch manga and say, or manga, or manhwa, or manhwa, and whatever, you know? Can you say that, whether I'm doing this to the glory of God? I open it, I'm doing this to the glory of God. God said, even eat and drink to the glory of God. Can you say that? You cannot. Because the demons, there are all sorts of false religions in there. You cannot say, I'm doing this to the glory of God. Music. You think this is just a small thing? Now, in Melbourne, there's a music concert called Candlelight, where they show the best of anime soundtracks. And people go there just to listen all the anime soundtracks. Are these things in your mind? You watch it. You say, I don't agree with the storyline and all that, but the music will get in you and will keep rotating in your head and increasing unto ungodliness. All right? So, also think, what I'm trying to say is, fully grown adult businessmen and all that, they go there because this is consuming their life. Their life is manga and anime and manhwa and manha, whatever. Now, a lot of anime has a lot of animals. So people ask, is it okay? Well, Hello Kitty, Totoro and all that, are they sinful? Now, some of them are just outright sinful. Can you say what's Hello Kitty is wrong? Now, there is no religious thing involved and all that. Now, we are not going to say that, oh, everything is sinful. But I want to ask you, what will attraction to a talking cat lead to next? We say, Pastor say it's sinful. Now, I know I cannot say that it is sinful. Specifically Hello Kitty. Just a cat, just cute, that's all. Nothing infused in there. But what is being introduced is the question. All right? But this, like Totoro, is definitely no-no. All right? He represents magic of nature. The family that works with him, they bow to a tree and thank the tree for protecting it. So this may look cute, I think, but no, all right? There are definitely sinful religious things. All right, maybe I say this. Now, can I just so question and then we end, all right? I'm very late. Can I just enjoy the cartoons and the storyline for leisure if I know what is wrong and I don't believe it and ignore the bad parts? All right? So your child will ask you that. I hope it's not you that asks your child that, huh? Now, reading and enjoying them will change you. Let him that thinketh he standeth take heed lest he fall. I know this is wrong, I know. it will slowly change you. You will think more and more like them. God does not lie. All right? God does not lie. The leaven will spread. God said, keep your heart with all diligence instead. Now you will become less and less appalled, less and less sensitive to it. You will begin to accept things. You will begin to dress like them. You will begin to adopt their values with respect to courtship and all that. And a lot of this had to do with courtship one, A lot of love stories in there. I just didn't show you. All the movies, if I click the song, they will show. For us, we watch the real one, then the woman very sad, then the man jilted her, and then that kind of thing. Then the sentimental song behind. They have exactly that, but in cartoon form. Your young kids are watching it, and they're developing that kind of earthly sentimental romance in their heart. All right? Now, Christians should hate all associations with it. God says, touch not the unclean things. God did not say, now, if these things are unclean, if you don't accept it, fine. God simply says, if it's unclean, do not even touch it. Don't press that button. Don't flip that page. Do not be involved in it. That's it. God did not say, if you don't accept their what, just like the storyline is okay. God says, do not even touch it. Can I enjoy the cartoons? Next one. Now, next biblical principle. God says destroy. God says destroy. Now, God says in the New Testament, so this is instruction to you. Acts 19:19, the last one. Many of them, after they got saved, who also used curious arts, basically all these religious dark things, brought their books, I wonder if it's manga-like, brought their books together and burned them before all men, and they counted the price of them 50,000 pieces of silver. But Dad, it was very expensive. This manga comic and this manga cartoon that I purchased is very expensive. Burn it. Burn it. That's what God says. That's what the Christian did when they got saved. Not enter into it. Now, let me ask you this last question. Would you say it is okay to read or watch X-rated things as long as that's income? Okay, I just like the storyline of this pornography. So those teens that you wonder, I ask you to ask yourself this question. Would you watch an X-rated show? Because the show had a very good storyline. See, at that part, I close my eyes and tell my friend when it's over, then I watch again. I just like the storyline. Say, no way am I ever going to even contemplate watching that. It's the same principle. Just because you think pornography is terrible, you do not think that all these dark things, religious overtones, blasphemy is not so evil, it is okay. It is the same to God. God said, I hate them. All right? So don't think only pornography, I won't. These things, they are not so evil. God says, I hate them. All right? So that's the end. Very late. But I want to finish it this week. Okay? So I hope that you understand more about this and go back and burn these things, however much it costs you. Let us pray. What do we have here? Top 5 reasons why church dropouts, what church dropouts say, why they stop attending church. Now, please remember 66% of, I take the American view, they are the most readily available results. They stop attending church at least a year after turning 18. So from